Greetings to everyone out there and welcome back to Around the Clock. Alright everybody, I'm pretty sure that everybody listening to me right now all knows well and good what's going on with this whole tariff situation here in the United States. Now, the other day, President Donald Trump did pause these tariffs for 90 days and imposed a 125% tariff on China and 10% tariffs on other countries. With that being said, President Donald Trump has just made a huge announcement exempting smartphones, computers, and other electronics from reciprocal tariffs here in the United States. Now, I know you're wondering, okay, what does this have to do with the Nintendo Switch 2? Well, if you all remember, when these tariffs were first announced, electronics including cell phones, computers, TVs, game consoles, and more were on the tariff list. So it will only make sense from a logistical standpoint that they will be exempt as well. Now, let's get into this news brief that comes from the New York Post that explains everything, and I'll come back with my commentary.
President Donald Trump's administration granted exclusions from steep reciprocal tariffs on smartphones, computers, and some other electronics imported largely from China, providing a big break to tech companies that rely on imported products. In a notice to shippers late on Friday, U.S. Customs and Border Protection published a list of tariff codes excluded from the import taxes retroactive to April 5th, covering 20 broad product categories such as computers, laptops, disk drives, automatic data processing, and more. While the White House did not explain the move, a spokesperson said the exclusion only applies to Trump's reciprocal tariffs on Chinese goods, which climbed to 125% this week. Trump's action also excludes the specified electronics from his 10% baseline tariffs on goods from most other countries, easing import costs for semiconductors from Taiwan and Apple iPhones produced in India. The president's 20% duties on all Chinese imports, which he said were related to the U.S. fentanyl crisis, remain in place. White House spokesperson Carolyn Leavitt said in a separate statement that Trump has made it clear the U.S. cannot rely on China to manufacture critical technologies such as semiconductors, chips, smartphones, and laptops. She added that at Trump's direction, major tech firms including Apple and chip makers NVIDIA and Taiwan Semiconductor, quote, are hustling to onshore their manufacturing in the United States as soon as possible. The exemptions suggest an increased awareness within the Trump administration of the pain that his tariffs had in store for inflation-weary consumers, especially on popular products like smartphones. Analysts predicted that the price of a top-end Apple iPhone could jump to $2,300 from $1,599 with a 54% tariff rate. At 125%, economists and analysts have said that U.S.-China trade could largely halt. Earlier this week, financial markets were in turmoil as Trump announced sweeping reciprocal tariffs on U.S. trading partners. Trump's tariff policies have raised fears of a U.S. recession and drew criticism from his fellow Republicans.
Alright, so this is certainly big news for Nintendo fans because there's a lot of fear going on, and I reported on this extensively, that if these tariffs kept looming on past the launch date of the Nintendo Switch 2, that the price of that console could be on the upper end of $600 here in the United States, and that's just the baseline price. No games included, anything like that. And the price of games, of course, will go up as well. But with President Donald Trump making this exemption for electronics being imported to the United States, yes, that means that we don't have to worry about this, at least at this point in time. Now, I want to put on my conspiracy hat on just for a second here because I do not believe in coincidences whatsoever. Now, we all know that during this past week, a lot of people were online talking about this subject, and I find it interesting that President Donald Trump paused these tariffs here in the US after the date of the launch of the Switch 2 console, and on top of that, just yesterday announcing exemptions on electronics such as cell phones, computers, what have you. I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump talked to a lot of these company presidents and CEOs on the phone, including Nintendo, and he most likely talked to Doug Bowser here in the US or even Shuntaro Furukawa over there in Japan and said, hey, what's going on with the Switch 2? I know it's launching on June 5th. How much money is it going to bring in? And the rest is history. Now, at the time that I'm recording this video, Nintendo has not announced a brand new pre-order date for the Switch 2 console here in the US or in Canada, but I'm pretty sure with this big Mario Kart World Direct coming up this week on Thursday, they'll do it there. It only makes sense. A lot of eyes are going to be on that Direct, so it will make sense to do it there with all the fans watching. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for this video. And what do you all think about this? Please let me know down in the comment section. Also, make sure to like this video, share this video, and hey, if you'd like to support this channel financially, please consider becoming a member. The cost is only $1 per month. That's right, only $1 per month. That's $12 per year to become a member. Links are down in the description box below. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on daily Nintendo news content, because here at Around the Clock, we focus on Nintendo news content around the clock. I'll catch you guys in the next video.